She produced something in the 200. Can Melisa Jefferson-Wooden take the slam again against the better 200-meter runners this time? We've had additions to this. Great race. Daryl Nita is one of our racers and knows that she really needs to step up here if she wants to get in amongst the big money. The Brit is certainly capable of doing that. Brittany Brown, medalist in Paris, medalist at the World Championships back in Doha 2019, running well. Wasn't as sharp in the 100 as she would have liked. Was Gabby Thomas close enough? She was fourth. Big favorite to win this 200. What happens behind her if she does win? Where do the others finish? How many points are they going to get? What about Favour of Feely, the Nigerian? Might be a little bit tougher in lane 3, but she's a good 200-meter runner as well. 21.96. Not many get under 22 seconds. She's done it in her career and has already been pretty sharp this season. Jaisha Sears, she's going to be in lane 2. What a wait for the crowd. And every one of these athletes is running for good money as well, even for Kayla White right on the inside. We'll be able to see everybody, see the whole race unfolding ahead of her.
Set.
Clean break from everybody. Good start from Nita. Jefferson-Wooden moving, but look at Gabby Thomas has already taken yards out of Brittany Brown, and Jefferson-Wooden is going well around that bend. Has run a superb bend, Jefferson-Wooden. Gabby Thomas is right there in the mix, but look at this. They're taking it to her, and now on the outside, Davis is storming through. Who's going to take this? It's going to be pretty close on the line. It's going to be Thomas, though. Thomas gets it. 21. Yes, 21.95. The wind is legal this time. A sub-22 clocking for Thomas, but our slam champion is going to be Jefferson-Wooden because Davis, although she's come second, is it going to be Davis? No, because you don't get the same points.
You have to, with the win, you get a bonus.
12.86.
Yep.
12.86, and she knows it. Jefferson-Wooden. Do you know what? It's not a personal best for Gabby Thomas because this is her event. Davis, personal best. Jefferson-Wooden, personal best.
I think change up a little bit, right?
For that. She
did.
Really
like I said, in lane 4, it's a little bit tougher for someone as tall as Gabby Thomas. But it's funny how things change up a little bit. People usually look up at the scoreboard to see their times, but now they're looking at the points. They want to know if they have enough points to win the slam. And Melisa Jefferson-Wooden coming out with another slam championship. The first person to defend their slam championship.
At this point, who's going to win?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it was tight for Gabby around that turn in lane 4, and she didn't come off the turn in front. She had to use her maintenance, those long legs, to get through to the line before everyone else. Right now, it's anyone's race, but anyone who knows the 200 would know that it's just a matter of time before Gabby opens up those long limbs and comes through. Look at Melisa at the latter part of the race. It's something that she's going to have to work on. I saw it at the end of the 100 as well. When she is getting to the line and needs to get there faster, she rolls her shoulders. She's not going to get the same extension and the same trajectory off of her stride if she does that.
You know what? When there's 100K up for grabs, roll your shoulders.
We're all going to roll our shoulders, right? Yeah.
Doesn't matter. If the form goes, she's fighting for it. That's the point. I think she knew because Davis came back, and all of a sudden she's under pressure because Hado Feely popped in there into third as well, who was charging in lane 3. Could have all been different anyway.
Melisa, you are now 2 for 2 as Slam champions. What does that mean to you?
It's a testament to all the work I've been putting in. You know, my goal for this year is to literally focus on me, no matter how hard I work. Sometimes it's just not enough for everybody, but my goal this year is to prove to everybody what I can do.
You talked about you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. What makes you uncomfortable in this league, and how are you overcoming it?
Just, stepping out of my comfort zone. There's a lot of well-renowned and, grounded women in the 200, and, I'm not known to be a 200 runner, so I'm pushing the boundaries. I'm seeing what I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed in this video should be played back for years, studied by future sprinters, and remembered as one of the most stunning twists in the Grand Slam track history. And guys, in this video, Melisa Jefferson did just win a title. She defied the script, flipped the pressure on its head, and reminded the world that championships are not earned in one explosive moment. And this is why they are built across an entire season of great discipline and brilliance. And guys, let's look at the final race. This is a storm that was brewing. As the sprinters came out of the blocks in the final race of the Grand Slam, you could feel the tension. Jefferson stood in lane 5, calm, controlled, yet fully aware that the athletes to her left, that included Tamari Davis and uh, Gabby Thomas, had one mission: to dethrone the defending champion. And guys, as the gun fired from the first 20 meters, it was clear Jefferson wasn't the runaway bullet we would seen in Doha or London in the earlier season of the Grand Slam. And the two rivals surged early, hammering the curve with reckless aggression. Jefferson held her form, staying composed, refusing to be dragged into a desperate chase. And down the stretch, guys, the crowd erupted. You could hear the explosion from the crowd as Jefferson, usually the destroyer in the 40 meters, found herself boxed into third. She crossed the line with a look that said it all. This wasn't my best race, but isn't over yet. And oh, guys, it wasn't certainly over. And the drama behind the numbers, guys, here is what this is all about, guys. While the world watched the final sprint, Jefferson was relying on something she had built long before stepping onto the track tonight, or the night of this video. And guys, that was her season of dominance. She had smashed the field in Doha, controlled the race in London, and also she had delivered a clinical execution in Eugene, and she never dropped outside the top 4 in any race. And guys, every stride from March to August had been adding invisible armor around her title defense. So guys, when the result flashed on the scoreboard, the stadium wondered. And despite finishing third, Melisa Jefferson, by sheer force of consistency, was still the Grand Slam track champion. And this was what brought the moment of realization, guys, that there was a moment right after the final points were calculated when Jefferson placed her hands on her hips, took a deep breath, and slowly smiled. And this smile uh, in this smile, she said that you thought it would take one race to take me down. I've been winning since the season began. And I would say that is not being boastful or arrogance, but that is appreciating her consistency and the labor that she has been putting in on these races. And that is the mindset, guys, of a true champion. And she did not crumble under the pressure. She did not also panic when it was the rival leading, that is Gabi Thomas. She trusted her body to work. And the roar of the crowd wasn't just applause, it was acknowledgement. Jefferson hadn't survived the season, she had commanded it. And guys, the championship mindset is what makes Melisa Jefferson an extraordinary athlete. And it's not just about her speed, it is strategy, mental skill, and a season of long intelligence. While some athletes, guys, relies on explosive highs, Melissa built her empire on smart race management, perfect timing, controlled aggression, and relentless consistency. So, guys, she raced like someone who understood that the Grand Slam is not a one-day coronation. It is an 8-month war, and she was the only one still standing at the end. She still stood tall, despite even losing in the final race, and she cemented her legacy. And guys, in this victory, Melissa Jefferson is placed in a rare company. It proves that a champion's heart beats beyond the finish line, that greatness isn't defined by one race, but the courage to stay exemptional even when the world is chasing you. And she walked into this season the defending champion. She leaves it as a two-time queen of the Grand Slam. And this is a story of the rising of Melissa Jefferson, and she did not just, guys, rise with a final victory, but with a season of undeniable excellence. And guys, in a night filled with shock, pressure, and breathtaking drama, Melissa Jefferson rises once again. Third in the race, first in the world, a champion who refuses to be moved. And guys, so that is how Melissa Jefferson has been rising, and I would also say that Gabby Thomas have really had a critical part in play that she had been playing in the rising of Melissa Jefferson in the challenges. And giving her the kind of the required competition that needs to push you beyond your limit. And you can see this was also an upset for Melissa Jefferson. When it is at that time when an athlete is upset by another one, that she decided to get out of her comfort zone. And so Gabby Thomas have had a critical part in Melissa Jefferson's rising. So guys, thank you for enjoying this story. Let's meet in another one.